More now on former world champion boxer Ricky Hatton, who has died at the age of 46. Let's cross to the BBC Sports Centre for more, and Hugh Ferris is there for us. Hugh, a really shocking day as the world takes in the news that this boxing legend has passed away.
Yes, at just the age of 46, as you mentioned, Samantha, and planning to make a comeback at the age of 47 in December this year with a fight planned for Dubai, a fight that friends say had him refocused and feeling happy as he was able to restart some sort of a training regime. It had led him to stay off the alcohol, which was synonymous with his professional career when he was a fighter. He would fight at 9 to 10 stone, and then he would balloon in weight between fights, enjoying himself in those months that he had off. And that perhaps is why, Samantha, you're having such a huge reaction to what has happened today, that we've learned of the death of Ricky Hatton after Greater Manchester Police said this to us. Officers were called by a member of the public to attend an address in Hyde in Tameside at 6:45 this morning, where they found the body of a 46-year-old man. There are currently not believed to be any suspicious circumstances. It is not only the fact that he was a three-time light welterweight champion, uniting that division in 2005, but also in addition to that, and most crucially, I think, in the telling of the Ricky Hitman Hatton story, is that the following that he had, and the reason that he had that following from both those people in Manchester who were meeting up at the Etihad later today for Manchester City against Manchester United, he was able to call upon the support of both blue and red, even though he was a very staunch Manchester City fan. He was able to call upon that support on account of not only the way that he fought. He was a relentless body puncher. He managed to knock out Juan Castillo in his first Vegas fight in 2007, in the summer of that year, with a body blow. That is a very rare thing in the world of boxing. You go for headshots. It's not the ones in the ribs that get you, but he was able to do that, such that it was his power on the inside, as they say in boxing parlance. He would risk getting hit on the head on the way in every single time, but he still went back relentlessly in that brawling style of his. So not only the style, but also his personality, to which I alluded as we started this conversation, Samantha. He is one of those people who reflected his upbringing in Hyde, a suburb of Greater Manchester, and indeed in the way that he conducted himself as a professional in between those fights. Yes, if you went on a night out with Ricky Hatton, you could be sure he would pay every last penny for every last person who was in his entourage. He was an incredibly popular person amongst his friendship group, yes, but also amongst those thousands, the tens of thousands. He would sell out the Manchester Arena, as he did so for a famous fight in 2005 when he reached global attention by beating the Australian Costas Yu, who was a legend of the game himself. He beat him for the IBF light welterweight title. He essentially just outlasted him. Costas Yu, this great fighter, eventually not getting up from his seat late on in that fight because he couldn't withstand any more of what Ricky Hatton was dishing out to him. He would sell out the Manchester Arena, 20,000 plus there, but then he would take the same amount, it would seem, over to Las Vegas. He fought there 3 times, firstly in the summer of 2007 that I mentioned, and then he decided to take a step up in class. He fought Floyd Mayweather in the winter, in December of 2007. It was the biggest fight of that year, globally. Floyd Mayweather, for some, the best pound-for-pound fighter that has ever existed. And Ricky Hatton suffered his first defeat in that fight. And then 2 years later, he tried again against another legend of the sport, Manny Pacquiao, and was rather emphatically knocked out on that occasion. He decided to call it a day, albeit briefly. 3 years later, he came back. It wasn't successful. He suffered a third defeat and eventually ending up with just those 3 defeats in his 48 professional contests, having won 4 world titles, 3 at light welterweight and 1 at welterweight. And between then and more recently, he has had issues. He has been in the news for having problems with alcohol, with drugs too. But we understand from friends today that because of that comeback fight in December of 2025, when he would have been 47 years old, he had returned to the ring. He was drinking less. He was said to be happy, but the problems clearly have been ones that have dogged him throughout his professional life. Let's see some of the reaction that we've been getting in. Tyson Fury is the first, another Northwest world champion. RIP to the legend Ricky Hatton. Will only ever be one Ricky Hatton. Can't believe this. So young Tyson Fury, who came into the sport just as Ricky Hatton was leaving it. From Frank Warren, who is Tyson Fury's promoter. "I'm extremely saddened," he said, "to learn of the passing of British boxing legend Ricky Hatton, a superbly talented fighter who inspired a generation of young boxers and fans in a way very few had done before, due to both his personality and the entertainment he provided in the ring." Chris Eubank Jr. is a current fighter and said, "Rest in peace, Mr. Ricky Hatton. We salute you." A contemporary of his is Amir Khan, a silver medalist in the Olympics in 2004 and then going on to win world titles in the same weight division as Ricky Hatton. A long message from Amir Khan, part of which saying, "Today we lost not only one of Britain's greatest boxers, but a friend, a mentor, a warrior, Ricky Hatton." Again, from Bolton, Amir Khan, another Northwest Greater Manchester fighter that succeeded on the world stage. "Ricky, thank you for everything," he goes on to say, "for your fights, your moments of glory, your grit. Thank you for pushing us and showing us what's possible." Understandably, there's been reaction from those associated with Manchester City, the club he loved, and reflected on the colour of his shorts that he wore in the ring each and every time. They were the same sky blue as his beloved football team. "We'll miss you, Ricky," says Vincent Kompany, the current Bayern Munich manager, of course, but former Premier League winning captain for Manchester City. "Our thoughts are with the family and friends. Rest in peace, legend." He is survived by 3 children, including Campbell, who is a fighter himself. The alarm was raised last night when one of the other fighters that Ricky Hatton trains was having an event, was due to fight at an event last night, and Ricky Hatton was due to be there. Ricky Hatton did not appear at that, and that certainly caused a concern amongst his friendship group. And from what I understand from those friends, that concern was taken to the police, who, as we say, visited the house at 6:45 this morning. He was a superstar, and it's not an easy word to use at this time, because many who die so young and after such achievement are called that. But given his ability, Samantha, to not only bring boxing fans to his fights, but also bring those from outside of boxing to his fights and following his story, it is an incredibly sad day, and it is being felt by many from the world of boxing and beyond.